Hey guys, today I have the Plush Like Me palette from ColourPop. Oops, I should have put this in frame earlier. So this is what the box looks like, and then the palette itself has some really pretty like fake velvet. All this dark red is like plush velvet. It's not on the back, just on the front. But I just threw the box and I need the box to be able to read you the colors. It has a big full-size mirror inside. Mine arrived broken. This slip dress color is broken, but that's okay. It's not too badly shattered. Not so bad that it, let me move this over here, I think. That might be better. Color-wise, anyway. Okay. So I'll just have to be careful when I'm swatching that one. Oh, I also have to grab some wipes. I always forget to grab wipes before I do these. Let's see. I have the box now. Do any of these have asterisks? It looks like the only one that has the little asterisk warning is this last one called Velvet One, and everything else looks safe. These are mostly mattes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 shimmers, and everything else is matte in here. It's a nice deep palette, I guess I would call it. Definitely fallish colors. I love gold and cranberry together, and there's a few different tones of cranberry in here, so it kind of reminds me of the X's and O's palette that came out, geez, this must have been a few years ago now, but that was this one, and the color story was pretty similar. It's just very fallish, cranberry, lots of mattes. It just, when I saw this one, this was the first one that it reminded me of. But the pans in this one are obviously bigger, despite that they're both 12 pan palettes. This one is a lot bigger, and it's got the mirror. I guess it's all just personal preference, but that X's and O's one was one of my ColourPop palettes that got used quite a bit. I'm gonna have to move this light back over here. So let me just get into the swatches and hope that this lighting is okay. The first one is called Runway, and this is just a matte, ooh, that's super soft, a matte light cream. The lighting looks okay in the viewfinder, so I'm hoping that it will be okay. That one's super soft and creamy and pigmented. The next one is Ironic, and that's another very light, kind of like a rosy cream color. It's very similar to the first one, just a few shades darker. It looks darker on my hand than it does in the pan, actually. It's like a very light beige, and that's also a matte. Then we have Slip Dress. This is the broken one in my palette. These first three were super smooth and creamy. This is like a very light peachy color, also a matte. And the last one in this row is a shimmer, and it's called Video Night, I think that says. The names on this are kind of hard to read. This one is like a metallic pinky champagne color. So that is the first row. I actually used this palette on my eyes today, and I used this one on my lid. I used this one in the crease and this one in the outer corner, and they all applied very nicely. I haven't gotten to play with it as much as I'd like to yet, but at least I've worn it on my eyes once, so I can speak for those colors, and they all applied very nicely. So that is the first row. And they all cleaned off nice and easily. So the second row we have Throwback. This is a metallic rose, like a rosy pink. Super pigmented again. Velour. This is a matte, kind of like a terracotta color. Very pigmented. I used this one in my crease today. It was very nice. Then TLC. This is a metallic gold. This reminds me of the gold that they just put in the Tinkerbell palette. Maybe a few shades darker than that. It's kind of like a brownish gold. And then this last one is called Depp. D-E-P-P, like Johnny Depp. And this is kind of like a grungy, a light brown with a greenish undertone. Well, it looks greenish in the pan. It's just a grungy, mustardy brown, I guess. It almost looked like it was going to be like a dirty olive color in the pan. But swatched on the skin, it's definitely just a grungy, dirty looking brown. So it definitely goes with the 90s palettes that they've been putting out lately. This is all very like TLC and Johnny Depp and knee highs and girl band and flannel. It's all like things that remind me of the 90s. So the last row here we have girl band. This is a little bit drier feeling, a really dark blackened cranberry, but it applies nicely and isn't patchy or anything despite it being dry. Kind of feels like it might stain. No, actually not really. Maybe a little bit on my finger. Knee highs is a metallic berry. That's a brighter, like, more reddish berry. Those look really pretty together. And flannel is a matte chocolatey brown. I still haven't done my nails, but my Halloween Revel dip powders just came in the mail, so I will probably do them tonight, and then my next video you won't have to look at my plain ugly looking nails. And then Velvet One, which is the only one that has a little asterisk next to the name. It actually has it right here too, instead of just on the back. That one's very dry feeling, and this is another like a grapey berry color. So I have a feeling this one might stain. But that last row is very pretty as well. So they're all nicely pigmented, and it didn't really stain that bad. It's a little bit pink on my finger, but the whole palette is nicely figmented. What is wrong with me today? If I'm talking weird, I've been in such pain with my tooth for the past 2 weeks. It's just been like on and off, and this whole week so far it's just been on and hurting, and like I'm having such trouble getting, like, I have a dentist appointment, but they scheduled me for like 2 weeks away, and at this point I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with this for that long. But anyway, I really like this palette. It's a very like dark kind of vampy palette, but nice to create smoky looks. And like I said, it's great for fall because I personally love wearing gold and cranberry together in the fall. But my battery's gonna die. I hope you guys enjoyed this swatch video and found it helpful, and I will talk to you next time.